Breaking news: Donald Trump has just won 2024 election. Now the big question is what will happen to the immigrant under his second term? Trump has promised the largest mass deportation in the history, but can he actually make it happen? In today's video, I am going to break down the 7 key changes we can understand the Trump administration, and I will also explore how these changes could impact the immigrants from countries like the India, Pakistan, and others. Stay tuned until the end to hear about the potential consequences for the detention and deportation. I'm Aqeel and welcome back to the Opportunities with Aqeel. Let's dive into the talk about how these changes could impact you, your family, and your community. Let us start with the restriction on the asylum and the work permits. During his first term, Trump restrained the remain in Mexico policy, where asylum seekers were forced to wait in the Mexico for their cases to process. Under the second term, this policy could be expanded beyond the Mexico to include other countries, potentially affecting asylum seekers from India, Pakistan, and across the Latin America. Additionally, work permits for the asylum seekers could be delayed even longer than the current 180 days, and if granted, they might only be valid for the 2 years instead of the 5 years we currently see. This would impact many foreign workers working to build a future in the USA. Change number two could be the family based green card and the public charge rule. If Trump returned to office, getting a green card through the family sponsorship could become even more difficult and costly. The public charges rule, which aimed to exclude the immigrants likely to rely on the public assistance, might be reinstated. This would have a big impact on the families from the India and Pakistan and many other countries, especially those who are low income or have limited access to the healthcare and the education. It could make the process more complicated and expensive for the families looking to reunite. Next up, the delay in the green card applications, visas, and the work permits during his first term. Trump administration slowed down the process time for the visas and the green cards. Under the second term, expect more bureaucratic hurdles and delays. This could mean longer wait time for the work visas like the H-1B for tech professionals, green cards, and even travel permits. This will affect the pupils from the countries like the India and the Pakistan who are already facing long waiting lists for the visa processes. The system could get even more complicated with additional requests for the documentation and longer interviews. If you are waiting on your case, be prepared for the longer wait. Change number four, the border and Title 42. Trump's first Trump saw the implementation of the Title 42, which allowed US to expel the immigrants quickly under the public health claim. Although this no longer as a pandemic, Trump's advisors are the punishing to the reinstate Title 42 for the other public health emergencies. This could directly affect the asylum seekers, including those from India and Pakistan and other countries who may be quickly expelled without being given due processes. If Title 42 is brought back, many could face the deportation without even having the chance to present their cases. Change number five, work visas under the Trump's American First policy, the number of H-1B and H-2B visas available was restricted. These visas are crucial for the skilled workers, especially those from the countries like the Pakistan and India who come to the US for the jobs in technical, healthcare, and seasonal work. When Trump returns to office, we could see even tighter restrictions, making it harder for the foreign workers to fill critical roles in the US economy. This would be a setback for many professionals who rely on the visas to build a future in America. Change number six, the humanitarian payrolls and the temporarily protected status. Trump previously tried to end humanitarian payrolls, which lets people stay temporarily in the US for the emergency situation, and sought to end the TPS for the countries like the E1 Salvador and Haiti. If we could see TPS being terminated for those countries, including Nepal and Honduras. This would affect the thousands of immigrants who rely on the TPS to remain in the USA safely. Those under TPS status should keep an eye on the potential changes if these protections could be the right again. This could be the riskiest also. Deportation and detention. Finally, the most dramatic change, deportation and detention. Trump has promised to eliminate the deportation priorities, meaning ICE would go after not just immigrants with criminal record but any undocumented immigrants regardless of their history. This could lead to the mass deportation where even people who have lived in the US for the years and contributed to the society could face the detention and deportation. Trump has already proposed building a new detention centers in the Texas to hold the undocumented immigrant while awaiting deportation. While it's unlikely they will deport all 1 million or undocumented immigrants, expect to increase enforcement and a tougher approach. So, what does this all mean for you if you are an immigrant in the US? It's crucial to stay informed about these potential changes. If you are being delayed for your immigration application, now might be the time to start it before Trump's second term begins on the January 20th, 2025. I recommend consulting with the immigration attorney before making any decision about your cases. You might also want to watch what President Biden does in his final month in office, as he may implement protective measures to contract some Trump's proposed changes. If you found this video is helpful, share it with your friends and family, especially those who might be affected by the changes. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on everything related to the immigrations and opportunities for the better future. Thank you for watching Opportunities with Aqeel. Stay informed and stay prepared.